Up a game. They are well into their time and only on game 2.
Shaheen with a Jace on board. Both players with tons of lands. It looks like 9 on Calosso's side and 9 on Shaheen's side. If I'm
relevant things.
Sphinx's Revelation from Calosso gets negated.
Yeah. So Shaheen, he's slowly trying to establish like that death grip,
the icy grip.
The chokehold is slowly. He actually has both Drown Yards in play, it appears. So at some point we might see Shaheen transition into Drown Yarding his opponent. It may not be for a long time though.
Yeah, because at the same time, if you start activating Drown Yards,
your opponent can Sphinx's Revelation.
you end up getting hit with Sphinx's Revelations. There you see Drogskull Reaver reaching out at us from the table. His hands are just creepy. Does appear...
Alchemy from Shaheen Soorani.
Yeah, I think it resolved, or is this response?
It's got to be in response. And he's in the mill for 3,
now he's
Drogskull is going to resolve.
Reaver resolves, Calosso gets drowned a little bit, dunked underwater, so to speak. And Tamiyo, I believe, off the top for Shaheen.
It's pretty good. There's also Tamiyo in Colosso's hand, so we'll get Legend ruled. But
Jace ticks up.
number 2. He's going to counterflux it.
Oof,
that one
uncounterable counterspell.
And Shaheen, he is 1 mana short of casting a second Tamiyo. And I think he's going to have to Detention Sphere Drogskull Reaver. Or Supreme Verdict.
No, Supreme Verdict will work. And
yep, saving that so when Calosso does cast Tamiyo.
so he has an answer. Right. Thragtusk off the top for Calosso. Here we are in round 5, and that's the first Jace or Tamiyo we've seen.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, so Rest in Peace now down for Calosso. Remember, Shaheen has Lingering Souls and Forbidden Alchemies.
And then follows it up with the Tamiyo that you mentioned. So Calosso left with 1 card in hand. We know that's Thragtusk.
He's going to freeze down the Drown Yard. So Calosso has he has, how many counterfluxes is he playing out of the board?
Just 1, and that was key right there, yeah.
So Shaheen, instead of Detention Sphering, is going to Legend Rule the Tamiyo.
And then he's going to draw cards off Jace.
He's going to take 2 lands and ditch Drogskull Reaver. He just wants more lands, makes second Jace.
And again, Supreme Verdict, negate, and Isolated Chapel, and Calosso
can't decide,
struggling between which to give him. So he splits Supreme Verdict alone, and negate and the Isolated Chapel on the other side. Shaheen wants to look through the Exile Zone because Rest in Peace is in play, so there are no graveyards. Graveyards are empty.
Right.
About 11 minutes left if that clock is correct, and that's not a lot of time for 2 decks like this to come out with a non-draw result.
Well, if Shaheen wins this game, I mean, both these players are pretty experienced. I think they'll know that they're going to have to truck it.
Yeah. So, with Thragtusk in hand, Calosso draws Steam Vents, plays Thragtusk, presumably uncounterable because I believe there's a cavern in there. Doesn't matter because Shaheen's tapped out. And Shaheen, we know, has Detention Sphere in hand.
Yep, and Supreme Verdict.
Yeah, so he's got some answers to Thragtusk. He's gonna go ahead and
he's looking for something specific. Yeah, he seems like he's looking for something specific.
And finds 2 lands and Supreme Verdict off of the Jace -2 ability. He grabbed the Supreme Verdict, right?
Yep. All Shaheen needs to do is just keep answering stuff, and every once in a while activating a Drown Yard.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. He doesn't actually have to resolve anything. He just has to stay alive and have enough. He just wants to make a land drop every turn.
Yeah, inevitability is, eventually Calosso's not going to have cards left to draw. And what's great, actually, I mean, we just brought up Elixir making it tougher for Drown Yard. Just it makes it take a lot longer. Rest in Peace negates Elixir.
Yeah.
Not that there's Elixir in this matchup.
Spell will be his undoing.
Yeah, he doesn't have Elixir anyway, but since we were talking about it before.
Yeah.
So it looks like Thragtusk connects for 5 here.
Yep.
Counting some lands here.
He's in a Supreme Verdict that he may not. No.
Yeah, so it was just Verdict go, and then Calosso attacks with the remaining Beast token, plays another Thragtusk.
He'll probably draw out yet another.
Yeah, another Verdict.
He's gonna mill 6.
Yeah.
So Shaheen, the cool part there is he took 1 beat from the Thragtusk because he wanted to make sure he had enough lands to Verdict double Drown Yard, which is really a heads-up play on his part.
And there you see the Verdict, leaves a Beast. Detention Sphere your Beast, and
So he opts the Detention Sphere instead of double Drown Yarding, which is very interesting.
yeah, I think, I don't dislike that because, Detention Sphere resolves, it's permanently dealt with, it's not...
He said he only had 1.
I only milled you once. And they wow, he is, look at that, he's got...
So I just scoop.
Yeah, at this point...
You gotta win game 3, man. Yeah.
Looks like Shaheen has this game firmly in the icy grip.
And Shaheen, despite and this is the part where I'm Shaheen, I'd probably just say go. And this is obviously
just save time.
It's the correct play. He's right.
And so Forbidden Alchemy resolves. He finds Thought Scour you.
Colosso.
And I draw a card, and he's going to be able to mill him. So is this before you draw? I'm going to drown you twice. Is that so? Yeah. Drown you once, drown you twice, and
all right.
Should leave. It looks like 1 card left, and it was land. Yeah, Colosso not able to do 15 with that final card in his library.
These guys are gonna have to truck it through the last game.
7 minutes left.
Both players X1, so a draw would be pretty detrimental to their tournament hopes here.
And in that, on that topic, they may, discuss a scoop kind of situation once if the draw is
the thing is, it's going to be very hard to do that in this match.
Yeah,
because the problem is you can never really tell. Shaheen's deck is rarely 100% to win. Even as board sitting, you'll be like, oh, with the amount of cards you have, you're 80% to win from here, or something similar.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hopefully, it doesn't get to that. And although Shaheen looks like he's going to the sideboard, they don't have much time left.
So see anything. So Calosso, what he has to remember, he just needs to find things that can continue to gain value, I guess, on the board. So like the counterflux is great.
What does that say?
Rolling Temblor.
Okay, good. I thought it said coiling.
Colosso,
I'm trying to.
I was like, not with the best handwriting.
I'm like coiling. What's coiling tremble?
What I always like about Shaheen's decks is the lack of counter magic in them. I always find that so amusing when you look at lists.
Yeah, he has what? A couple of dissipates?
In the main deck, he has 3.
So 2 dissipates, one negate. Yeah.
3 counter spells in the main. It's like he's in control with no counter spells and no finishers. Just value, sweeper, value, sweeper. It's just really, I like his decks.
I always love watching Shaheen play and seeing his decks. Just seeing his lists are always interesting. One notable card in his sideboard that I haven't seen in forever, Evil Twin. Evil Twin is the 4 mana 0/0, costs black, blue, 2. You can have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature, except it gains blue-black tap, destroy target creature with the same name as this creature. There it is. from Innistrad, rare. That's one we haven't seen in a long time, but he's basically going to go, I'll copy your Thragtusk, I'll kill your
Evil Twin
Thragtusk.
has been considered one of the best answers to Thragtusk, and that's why we see it.
And also even Thundermaw Hellkite, because it has haste. You can just tap it and kill their Thundermaw Hellkite.
Right, the hardest part is with doing it to Thundermaw Hellkite is first they have to play a Thundermaw Hellkite,
and then they're going to hit you with it.
Yep. Then you have to copy it. Then they have to draw another one. It's like usually when they hit you with the first one, the game's over. It's not saying it can't happen.
I'm just
It's
thinking of
it is
ways
good
to use
him.
Evil Twin. Yeah.
It's good against him, and I would say, I think when I've heard it discussed, it's primarily a Thragtusk answer.
Sure.
These two players, we may want to check if they have a time extension or something. We want to make sure the clock up there is right. They're going very.
It's correct. All right.
Yeah.
They do not seem to be trucking it.
They don't. Yeah, I'm surprised. Especially if you're Shaheen. Like, can Shaheen win in 4 minutes? Is that possible? Does he have a draw? If he got to Demonic Tutor every turn, could he win in 4 minutes?
It's a good question.
I always like to think about board states like that. It's like instead of drawing, if I Demonic Tutor every turn, what could happen? Well, that's my not draw, right? If I got to, and I don't know that he could.
Yeah, I don't really know either.
I don't know how he would do it. I'm looking at his name like, what would the draw be? Like, maybe if he just played a Lingering Souls and flashed it back every single turn until the end of the game. And
he would have to play very, very quickly. Like, he would have to know his play right away. It was just like, draw a land, go, draw, you know what I mean? Like, if he Demonic Tutored every turn, there would be too much shuffling.
Yeah.
He would not win in 4 minutes. So, Hallowed Fountain for Shaheen.
Alright, both players are just going to make, and in the control matchup, both players are just going to make land drops for a while.
Alright, Augur of Bolas finds Azorius Charm for Shaheen.
Alright, there we go.
Now they're trucking it. I like that phrase, trucking it.
Trucking it on.
Try to use that a little more.
Or if you're a chess player, I could say, let's play Blitz. That's a term for a chess game where your chess clocks are both set to 5 minutes for the entire game. It's called Blitz. They would do well to be playing Blitz right about now.
So Lingering Souls from Shaheen. He's putting on the pressure with an Augur of Bolas and a pair of Souls. It's a 2-minute drill.
Yeah, Devil's Play for 1. Calosso is, I want to say just playing, is it playing for a draw? I guess he realized the only way, he knows Shaheen's best way of winning was something like that. So while Devil's Play for 1, while that looks like an awful play, it's pretty heads up.
Yeah, so Soorani comes down and makes an emblem, so
and
his creatures are now 2 power. Yeah, Calosso lands Thragtusk. Shaheen now going to tick up the Soorani, make a guy.
Swings for 2, Colosso back down to 17.
And flashes back Lingering Souls.
Wow, and he shows a negate. It's okay, whatever.
Yeah, as Colosso's sitting there holding a Sphinx's Revelation.
I see it.
Maybe I won't cast this into your negate.
Hunt Master, and normally you would play the Farseek before the Hunt Master, but he might just do this so then you can say Farseek, tell Shaheen what he's getting, and pass the turn.
Swing with Thragtusk at Soorani. Vampire gets in the. Oh no, it looks like Vampire and Augur gets in the way. Trade away with the Thragtusk. Yeah, so leaves Colosso with a beast.
And if he's telling him, he's going to verbally tell him what he's getting, and then Shaheen's going to take his turn.
Oh wow, did he not get that beast? Was that too late? Did he announce the Farseek and then just not get the beast? Because you saw the beast pop out and then disappear.
Unclear. If he's verbally said it, they might. If he verbally said it, they might just get the. I think they might be shortcutting a lot. Or maybe he just doesn't have a beast.
He doesn't have a beast.
Shows up on here.
Well, you saw it, and then it was taken away.
I see.
So I think he went. Thragtusk dies, and he went Farseek because he's playing quickly. This is my. Oh no, he has a beast. There it is. Okay, so he got the beast. That's fine. I just was speculating.
No, that's fair. I mean, certainly if you say Thragtusk and then if it dies and you say Farseek and you can go, that is fair.
So Huntmaster on the board, Shaheen on the attack with the spirits.
And I wonder if this Sphinx's Revelation will resolve. No.
He does stick.
No wonder about it.
Does stick Jace and draw some cards. I didn't quite see what he even got off the Jace.
I didn't. I missed that as well.
I was looking for the beast the whole time. Yeah.
Colosso's on Dissipate Sphinx. So he's going to go swing both guys at Soorani. We're going to see
Vampire blocks Wolf. Spirit blocks Beast.
I think Shaheen wants a second Soorani token. Soorani emblem.
Yeah, I think there's what he's headed for too. Azorius Charm from Shaheen.
Yep, he doesn't want to. Yeah,
and Calosso says, I'm going to Sphinx his Revelation for $1 million.
And he has to do that because he was not okay with Huntmaster flipping. But that is pretty, pretty backbreaking for Shaheen that Calosso got to resolve the Revelation.
Yeah.
It appears they've reached time.
Yeah, our clock might not have been perfectly accurate.
Yeah, we'll see a time marker showing up any sec here, so keep your eyes out for that. That'll determine how these guys are going to finish the match.
So Shaheen trying to decide how he wants to use that Jace.
I'm going to guess that they're in time based on the fact
that he slowed down.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm confirmed. This is turn 0. Confirmed. So Shaheen, how can he deal, once again, 20 damage, sigh, Can he do it, I suppose? I think he wanted to see if he could maybe find another Lingering Souls. That would be where he'd start.
He's going to tick up the Soorani. I'm a little bit surprised, but Shaheen is the master, so ticks up Jace as well.
That to me tells me he's playing for a draw. Or not a draw. I mean, that would be the correct. Okay, in an untimed match, that would be the correct play both ways.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, but
unfortunately, we're not playing an untimed match, so when you can't win in the time allotted turns, I think the best thing to do is either play for a draw or play as though it were an untimed match to try to make a case for saying, hey, I could have won this.
Ladies and gentlemen, sign up for standard win-loss number 6. Please make your way up to the side of the table on the right-hand side of the stage. The tournament is ready for you.
In with the Spirits, that's 4 damage. And a Supreme Verdict. Clears the board from Shaheen.
Shaheen's playing too fast. He made a vampire before verdicting, which is that in retrospect is pretty bad.
Either that or he changed his mind, which still
right. But either way, I think that says he's probably
too fast.
Too quick. He's gonna go for a potential. Remember, Calosso does have counterspell backup here, so if he wants us to resolve it, we'll resolve.
Negate on the Detention Sphere, Dissipate on the Negate, and Soorani goes away under the Detention Sphere. Farseek from Calosso finds his Steam Vents.
Alright.
Does appear to be headed for a draw.
Right. Factor fiction, he does find one of his drawn yards, and in a normal game, and a Sundering Growth. It's actually pretty relevant here.
Yeah, so Shaheen has the option of taking the Growth or the 2 cards.
Taking the Growth.
He takes the Growth, so he can deal with the Detention Sphere, and it appears that's exactly what he's doing. Gets his Soorani back out from under that Detention Sphere, makes a Vampire. Don't cast Supreme Verdict, Shaheen.
Yeah.
Calosso flooded.
Just casting Wolf Run.
And Devil's Play.
Alright, Devil's Play. We're going to flash it back to try to take out Soorani.
And that works. So Soorani's gone. Burned away. Island off the top for Shaheen, and Vampire
I think
attack.
this is turn 5, by the way.
Yeah, we haven't had the turn marker.
That's 4. Yeah, this is 4. Then it's 4. Shaheen had 0. Shaheen had 0, so this would be 5.
Yeah. And this is the discussion
maybe
about
he's gonna discuss whether or not he can get it. He doesn't have a drown yard. This is why I said it's really hard to determine whether Shaheen has actually won yet.
Right, Calosso showing him I have all lands.
I think Calosso is giving Shaheen the win because